Hello everyone, my name is Seth555 and today I will teach you how to make a wire car suspension. This is my second take. So, don't mind this. This was the previous attempt. So, first with a car, we need to know which direction we have to put it to globally. So I usually use the paint tool with smile and the car has to point this way. So, hold on, there you go. We will place our prop, that'll be our base plate, and the front will be this way on top of the smile, and the back will be at the bottom of the smile, so this way. Then we will need our wheels. Hold on, it's a bit rough, there you go. And we will place size 25s. By the way, as a little tip, you can, when you pick up props and hold E to rotate it, you can hold shift and it will snap to certain angles. I learned that 500 hours into Garry's Mod. So, you're welcome. We will use precision alignment to move the wheel onto the base plate in a precise manner. So point one will be, point one will be on here. Point two will be on here. Precision alignment tends to round the points when you have snap to edges and snap to center lines checked. And then you can do right click on the wheel and, to select that entity and click on move entity. Now we need to mirror this wheel on the other sides. So let's use plane dash hit normal plus hit pause right here. We will left click onto the middle of the base plate, then take plane dash hit normal and click on this side. So change the orientation of our quote unquote mirror right here. Then we can right click the entity we want to mirror, which is our wheel. We can click R, go into rotation functions, select mirror across plane, then select plane 1 over here, then do shift left click to duplicate and move the entity that we selected. Now we want the wheels to go to the back, so we change the orientation, like so. We click on R, shift left click, and then we want this wheel to go onto the back, so R, shift left click on rotate entity. Without doing shift while clicking on rotate entity, we'll only rotate it without making a clone. So if that's happening to you, just press shift. Now, we need to use make spherical in order to make the wheels perfectly round. In Garry's mod, the models cannot be perfectly round, so you need a different tool to make them perfectly round. Round spherical. Now, let's get to the suspension. We need a guide plate. I'm using tire build to make a plate. Plates faster. I'll link it down in the description. And we need ideally a big plate that's long, like so. You will see why later. We will set our first point to point dash mass center of a wheel. Then using shift left click, we make our second point onto here. The point has to be in the center of the prop between the two edges. Then we click on move entity. There you go. Now we need to make our points. So point 1, we will make it using point dash mass center on the wheel. Our second point, we will make it using point dash hit pause. We're doing shift left click on this corner. Make sure to right click on the base, click on attach. Then we want to create our third point using shift left click here, hold Q, click on attach, then click on R. On menu, go into constraints, rope, and make sure it's rigid. Make sure the width is above uh, 0.1 so that you can see the rope, see what you're doing. And then select on the top column 0.1, on the bottom column 0.2. Click on create constraint. Then on the bottom column, select 0.3. Click on create constraint. Now, you will have created a rope that goes from here all the way to here to that position, but that rope is not actually connected to this prop. It's connected to the base plate. Let's test it out. Let's disable the collisions of our base plate so that the wheel goes through. And now it goes up and down. It doesn't really go up and down though. It goes in a ball socket manner, but it rotates around the point of which the ropes end here. But that point is also attached to our base plate, so it follows it. So now, since we're on such a small arc of a circle, it doesn't seem like we're really rotating around the circle, but we actually are. So that's why the bigger the distance from the base plate you make it, the better it will be. Now, we will make the actual elastic to make the wheel bounce. For this, we'll use the wire mod hydraulic tool. You can simply go to the wire tab, type hydro, just high with a Y. And then you will need to create it near the wheel that you want to create a hydraulic to. You make your 4 hydraulic controllers for all your wheels at the same time. That's very important. So you do right click on the base plate, then left click to create the controller. Once all of these are placed, click on R on the base plate. We only need those controllers. Why we use those over elastic constraints is because we can adjust the constant and damping of the suspension. Because if we use elastics, we will have to redo the constraint over and over again with the new settings that we want to put. With these, you can do quick testing without having to redo everything. Now, let's get to wiring up the elastics. Using precision alignment and point dash mass center, we will make 2 points on the center of the wheel, mass center of the wheel. So point 1 by doing left click, point 2 by doing shift and left click. Then you want to attach the second point to your base plate, which is selected. Then you want to select using right click the hydraulic controller that corresponds to the wheel. Do R, go into constraints, go into wire hydraulic. Entity 1 will be point 1, entity 2 will be point 2. Click on create constraint twice. No more, no less. 1, 2. Now we can paste it on the side and test it out. I forgot to disable the collisions on the base plate. Let me do that by holding C, doing right click on it. Now it works. You have an elastic right here. Alright, so I will do this sped up the process because you can simply go back in the video in order to know what steps I'm doing. So I'm putting my base plate here. I'm gonna do this at about full speed. So I really recommend you go back to the video and see what I am doing exactly. So just simply move that onto the other side. Oh, wait. Yes. Did I create my rope constraints? Yes. Then it's just... Here we go. Yep. Now we can test it out. And they all work. The reason why they're floppy right now is because we didn't set any ball sockets onto them. So next video, I will teach you how to do suspension tuning, how to set the weight, how to do the steering, and how to make it forward. This is the hardest part that we've done right here. So see you all on the next one.